Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. If you're new here, I invite you to like and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to join us today. I am so excited because our video today is going to be about clear quartz and white quartz. So I hope you'll stay tuned to the channel to find out what I learned about quartz. So thank you so much for being here with me today. And so I want to start off this video by talking just a little bit about healing with crystals. Now, believe it or not, this is not just a new age fad that's been brought back to life. Some of the earliest known sources of healing with crystals comes from Egypt, and they date back to around 1550 BCE. There's also crystals or crystal healing mentioned in the Ayurvedic, or sorry, I'm really slaughtering this, Ayurvedic records. And if you're not familiar with Ayurveda, it is a form of medicine that developed in India roughly about 3,000 years ago. There's also mention of crystals being used in Chinese medicine, and that goes back 5,000 years, so it's even older than Ayurveda. And so in the Americas where I live, some of the Native American Indians also use sand colored with ground gemstones in their healing ceremonies. So as you can see, crystal healing is very multicultural. It spans many cultures. So we can also use crystals in our modern practices to help us, or help keep us more healthy and more balanced. The theory behind behind their use is that they work utilizing energy vibrations. Our human body is an energetic system, and the crystals work by tuning into the energy of our body. So you may be familiar with the chakra system already, but if you're not, I'm going to give you just a little brief synopsis. There are 7 major chakra centers in the body that begin at the top of your head and end at the base of your spine. And the theory is that our energy is channeled between the chakras, and blockages in one or more of them can lead to illness and disease. So the crystals work by getting in alignment with the chakras and helping to clear the blockages so that our energy can flow smoother and thereby induce healing energy to free the body from pain or illness. With all that said, it's really important to note that healing with crystals should not take the place of your family physician or an emergency room when you need it, or for that matter should not take the place of a psychologist if you need a counselor. It should be used in conjunction with modern traditional medicine to produce faster results, but not in lieu of. That is my personal opinion. And so I urge you to do your own research and find out what will work for you. But as for me, I just would not rely on crystals alone to get the job done. So now we're going to talk about quartz. And quartz is possibly one of the most prevalent crystals and minerals on the planet. It comes in a lot of different varieties, from amethyst to citrine to smoky quartz to rose quartz. But our video today, we're going to talk primarily about clear quartz. So, clear quartz is regarded as a powerful healing crystal. It aids in the healing of both mental and physical ailments. It's associated with the crown chakra, and this crystal can be used to clear blockages, stimulate the immune system, aid concentration, enhance the memory. Oh, I've lost my notes. Deepen meditative states and bring the body into balance. So, in other words, it is a very powerful little crystal. And so, here is my own. I wear clear quartz all the time, and I believe I would be lost without that piece of clear quartz. So I actually believe that it does what the theories say that it does. And so I want to talk now about one of the ways that you can use crystal quartz. And because I recently went through menopause, this really appealed to me, because I could have used this support technique when I was going through menopause. So I wish I had found it sooner. But in the book Crystal Basics by Brenda Rosen, she outlines a method to use quartz, and you would use single terminated points, like this one right here. You would use a single terminated point, and then you would lie down in a prone position. And for this particular method, you would need, let me see, let me look at my notes, 6 single pointed clear quartz points. And when you lay down, you put one at your head, one at either elbow, one by each knee, and one at your foot. And then you would also need a piece of smoky quartz, carnelian, citrine, green fluorite, blue lace agate, and a piece of amethyst. And these correspond to the 7 chakras that we talked about earlier. So after you would place your quartz crystals all around your body, then you would put the others in line with the chakra points on your body. And then you would use that to meditate, and while you're meditating, then you would think about how you would feel if you were already through menopause and things were back to normal. What would normal feel like to you? And that's what you want to meditate on, is feeling that normal, you're back to being productive, no more hot flashes, that you would focus on the positive versus what you're going through with the menopausal symptoms. And of course, this particular crystal grid that you could build around your body could be used for other things, but she used it in conjunction with menopause support. So as you can see, using crystals, there's a way to use these crystals to help realign the energy of your body, and that's just one way you can use it. So let me turn the page on my notes. So also, it's important that if you're going to use that particular method and build the grid around your body, you want to face the point needs to be facing away from your body. So sort of like this, if I was laying down, the point would need to be facing away from my head. So I forgot to mention that when I was describing that particular crystal grid meditation. And also from my research, white quartz is the quartz that can be found closest. You know how these things come in a cluster, and there might be several of these little points stuck together in a cluster. And the further you go down to the bottom of the cluster, the wider that the quartz is going to get. The further from the top to the top of the piece, the clearer it's going to get. And I thought that was pretty interesting notes about that. There's also a form of white quartz called girasol. I'm probably slaughtering that as well. It's Girasol. Girasol, and that is milky white all on its own. It's got a white color. So white quartz and girasol are mostly associated with the imagination and your ability to visualize. So it's a very nurturing stone, and it's good for new mothers, to help support new mothers. So they could wear that white quartz around their neck, and it would help support their mental state and their ability to care for their newborn. And so in our particular store, we have raw clear quartz, and this quartz is unpolished, so sometimes it looks more white than it does clear. And all of our pieces are single terminated, means they only have one point. And this is an example of we have pieces that are about this long in our store, and then we have pieces that are smaller, about a ½ inch, and that's in our general merchandise section, where I call crystals and stones. I can't remember how I have it organized, but these two pieces come inside this manifestation box, because one of the things that quartz does is amplify our intentions. And this box also comes with the little notepads and a pen. And this is a law of attraction box, where you write down what you're wanting to manifest in the box, and put it in the box with the quartz, and to send that message out to the universe, what you would like to manifest in your life. Now we also have 2 wire wrapped necklaces available right now. They are very similarly wrapped. And as you can see, this is it's clear quartz, but it's got some white in it. And these are completely unpolished. They are completely raw. They're cleaned up, and that's about all. And so one of these necklaces has a regular lobster claw on it, and the other one has a magnetic clasp. So we have those 2 necklaces in our shop. And then we also have a really fancy one that I wire wrapped, and I'm really proud of the way this one turned out. I used a pattern and I followed a tutorial on YouTube to try to make this. And as you can see, this one is more white than it is clear, but it is completely unpolished, just in its raw state as it came out of the ground. And so that's the quartz that we have in our shop. Thank you so much for watching today. We appreciate your time and attention, and we hope you will join us again for our next video, where we discuss another topic. And right now we are talking about items available in our Grey Wolf store, but we will branch out eventually and talk about different topics relevant to the metaphysical community. So we hope that you will continue to join us for our videos, and thank you so much for watching.